Good morning students. Today we learn about group by clause. In a previous class we learned about aggregate functions and today we learn group by clause. Group by clause groups a set of rows or records into a set of summary rows or records by values of columns or expressions. It returns one row for each group. We can also say that a group by clause combines all those records that have identical values in a particular field or a group of field, and this grouping results into one summary record per group if group functions are used with it. In other words, the group by clause is used in select statements to divide the table into group, and this grouping can be done by a column name or with the aggregate function, in which case the aggregate produces a value for each group. We often use the group by clause with aggregate functions such as sum, average, max, min, and count. The aggregate function that appears in the select clause provides information about each group. The group by clause is an optional clause of the select statement, and the syntax is select column 1, column 2 up to column n, then aggregate function, and in bracket we pass the name of the column on which you want to apply the aggregate function from table where condition group by column 1, column 2 up to n. Here C1, C2, Ci are the column names. Now, for example, suppose we have a table student with the following data. Table has a roll number, name, and class. Name, class, and marks as 4 columns. And now we are writing a query. Select class from student, group by class. When we run this query, it arranges the class column in a group. We get one column named class, and it shows all the unique values of that column. Query result will be a unique occurrence of class values, just similar to use distinct clause like select distinct class from student. The MySQL group by with aggregate functions. The aggregate functions allow us to perform the calculation of a set of rows and return a single value. The group by clause is often used with an aggregate function to perform calculation and return a single value for each group. For example, if we want to know the number of students in each class, you can use the count function with the group by clause as follows. Suppose we are having a table student with the following data: roll number, name, class, and marks. Now we are writing a query: select class, comma, count. We pass asterisk as an argument in a count from student group by class. When we run this query, we get the output class in a class column, all the unique values 1, 2, 10, and in column asterisk it counts the 1, how many times 1 comes class 1, it returns 1. 2 comes 1 time, it returns 1. Now 10 comes 3 time, it gives 3. Now query result will be unique occurrence of the class values along with the counting of the records of each class. We are having for example, we are having student table with following data, and we are writing the query: select class, comma, average, and we are passing marks as argument in average function from student group by class. So what it do? It gives the unique values of a class column and find the average. Now class 1 99%. Query result will be unique occurrence of a class along with the average marks of each class group. Now having clause is used in the select statement to specify the filter condition for a group of rows or aggregates. The having clause is often used with the group by clause to filter groups based on a specified condition. To filter the groups returned by the group by clause, we have a having clause, and we also say that the having clause places a condition on a groups in contrast to where clause that places conditions on individual rows. While where condition cannot include aggregate functions, while having conditions can do. Where is applied before group by clause and having is applied after group by clause. So what is the difference between having and where clause? Having clause is used to place a condition with group by clause, or we can say that having clause places conditions on a group, while where clause places conditions on individual rows. Where clause cannot include aggregate functions, while having clause include aggregate functions. Where is applied before group by clause. If we are applying group by where with group by clause, then where is applied before group by clause and having is applied after group by clause. Now suppose we are having a table student with the following data, and table contain roll number, column names, roll number, name, class and marks, and we are applying a query. Select class, comma, average marks from student, group by class, having average marks less than 90. So this query shows only those values from a class column whose average marks are less than 90. So it shows 2 and 10, and query result will be unique occurrence of the class values. Only unique values will come, as we know that 10 comes 3 times in a table, but it shows the unique value class column along with the average marks of each class, and each class having average marks less than 90. Now having let's take an example, another example. We have a query. Select class, comma, average marks from a student, group by class, having count, and we pass asterisk as a argument less than 3, means जो number of counting है means records are less than 3. So first is when we run this query, we class column gives the unique values 1, so it have a value 1, and why? Because its average is 99 and its counting is less than 3. 1 है, so it gives class में value आया 1. Second record आया 2 as the counting is less than 3. So query result will be unique occurrence of class values along with the average marks of each class, and each class having less than 3 rows. So in this way we can use a group by clause with select command and having clause with group by clause. Thank you so much.